Okay, call to order. Okay, first thing, comments from the public. Myra, would you like to tell us what's happening?
Yes, Andy. I saw on the agenda there was a correspondence letter for the farmers market.
Oh, okay.
And I'd just
All right.
like
All right, Moira, would you like to wait until we get down to that, or you want to do it now?
Well, I'm not a late night person, so maybe I could just.
Okay. All right. Does anybody mind if we go down to the correspondence thing?
No.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Moira. Tell us about the Village Farmers Market.
The market master took a vote from the farmers at the market at the mill, asking if we wanted to stay at the mill for the summer or to move to the town dock. 90% of the farmers voted to stay at the mill, the summer market. The market at the mill, winter and summer keeps it consistent, and our sales seem to be better when we're regularly expected to be where we are. The mill offers us many amenities, like we can go inside during bad weather into their garage area. They have electric and water hookup, flushing bathroom, and more space available for additional vendors at the farmers market, which would mean that the SBIA would increase their profits by collecting from more vendors. But in spite of what the farmers voted to stay at the market master asked for a permit with the to use the town docks, and it got passed by the Board of Selectmen, and now it's in front of the Water Commission. And I just like to give a little background saying the farmers don't want to go to the dock. The farmers want to stay at the mill.
So stay at the mill.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know, all right. First, here's how we'll do it. We will. Everybody that wants to say something will say something. I have to tell you. Well, let me go first because I don't see it anywhere, Leslie, on our agenda. Do you?
It's the correspondence letter down at the bottom of the agenda from the SBIA.
Oh, okay. That is what it is about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. I thought that was some other thing from them. From what I haven't had a chance to call Danielle about this, but from what Moira has told me is that the town, basically the selectmen, they were approached by this lady who sent a letter, and I don't know if she sent it from the SBIA or whatever. She's a jewelry maker, and she does crafts. They do have some crafts at the market, but most of what the outdoor market always was food vendors and those type of things. Now, she sent this. Evidently, the selectmen couldn't say no because it meets all the requirements. But I think if I could talk to Danielle tomorrow, that maybe we could do something by saying, depending on how we feel as a board. So my opinion is, I've always said that it's better off up at the town dock because up at the Velvet Mill, because the town dock, that frees up for the fishermen. We've always had, every year, we've had some problems. Now, the last time we had it down at the town dock, the police chief was very good about it. He came and ticketed cars. But that seems to be the only way that keeps that space so the trucks can get down there. Plus, they park down by where the fishing boats are, and they don't. And they used to come way out to block the trucks. So I'm in favor of keeping it at the Velvet Mill. What happens is, though, because I've approached that broach that in Tommy's newsstand, and I get pounded on by Tommy and them that's saying they wanted to stay down at the dock because number one, the people in the borough don't want to have to walk to the velvet mill. Well, they can drive, you know. And the other thing was that the businesses get a lot of business downtown on that day. But from what I've generally seen, that people go to the town dock to just get the stuff and go, whereas people that go up, they go in and enjoy the velvet mill. So that's my view. Bobby, what's your view?
I'm with you 110%. It's no longer a farmer's market. You just heard about a jewelry lady and everything else. It's not a farmer's market. And they do block the traffic. And when we started this 18 years ago, we were on the smaller green out of the way. And it got so, now all they do is sell T-shirts and flowers. It's no longer a farmer's market. And there's a lot more room at the Velvet Mill and a lot less confrontation with everybody. Some kids are going to get hurt running across there and all that traffic down there, and it's all congested. I think they're up there, and that's where they should stay.
I forgot to mention one other thing, that when they had this vote, 90% of the vote were farmers that voted to stay at the town hall, at the
let's call
you know what I mean, not to stay down at the dock. Okay, Gene, what do you think?
I think the only reason to have it in the borough is the businesses there want it there. And I don't think they have a real feel for how many people go to the market and frequent their stores. And as far as anybody not wanting to walk to the Velvet Mill, well, what the hell? You know?
Yeah,
they can drive. There's plenty of parking. So.
Yeah, good roads.
Okay, Raven, how about you?
Yeah, the Velvet Mill has plenty of parking there. I actually planned a wedding there at the Velvet Mill just before COVID, and it was beautiful. I think that's lovely. I think that's a perfect location. Plenty of parking. Yeah, I'm in total agreement with that.
Okay, my son Dan and his wife Danielle got married at the Velvet Mill. It was wonderful. Did Ethan show up?
Yeah,
I'm
on here now too. I don't know if anybody heard me beep in. I'm on here. Ethan's present.
Okay, what's your opinion? Have you heard everybody else?
There's just one thing. Is Morris still
okay,
here?
go ahead.
If there's if it's a traffic issue and stuff down there, it's way congested. It seems it's more congested down there. And it's a problem with if it's causing issues with any interference with the commercial fisher, the fishing dock, then I don't know. I could go both ways on it, but if it's bothering the fishermen down there and something's not working out, it seems like there's more parking over at the Velvet Mill. When I go down there, it's a little less congested.
It's a problem for small boat too, you know.
Well, if it's a problem for small boat, yeah, then definitely. I say the Velvet Mill all the way, Gene. I agree.
I know. I think the space is better down at the Velvet Mill. Yeah. More space.
Yeah, there's plenty of parking down at the Velvet Mill. And the vendors have a lot more space. And there's more vendors because once they go down to the town dock, they're limited to how many vendors. And I heard somewhere that one of the vendors, he's going to lose his spot down because he has a spot at the Velvet Mill, but he won't be able to have a spot down at the village, down at the town dock. So I think that, and if he's a farmer, then to me, he's taking away somebody that's selling crafts and that, because it is listed as a farmer's market. A farmer is losing their spot. So, okay.
Having all those other people there.
I have one more question. Did the farmers want to? Did the farmers want to stay at Velvet Mill? Or did
yes,
the vendors
they
want
voted.
To stay at Velvet Mill?
Yes.
Yeah, they voted like 90% of the people that voted were farmers, and they voted basically unanimously to stay there. It was only the lady, her name, is Lori Dyer. She lives in the borough. She's the crafts lady, and she's the one that sent this thing, for the permit.
Sandy, she's the market manager and the vendor, and on the SIA board.
Oh, she's
So
on
that
the
makes it
SBIA board.
okay. Yeah. I mean, everybody got sent that letter, so I emailed it to everybody yesterday. And in that letter, she clearly states that they intend to stay at the Velvet Mill.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, I think they like it there too, also because I've heard from them, some of the vendors, they like to, that there's like facilities there. There's bathrooms,
Right.
Okay,
and
that's,
like, yeah,
you know,
you can grab a water.
plus when it's raining, they can go inside, you know? Okay,
Yeah.
so there's nobody amongst our board, there's nobody else on here now, because I can't see anybody, because I can't see it. There's nobody that would like to keep it there, right? We all are in agreement that we feel it's better for the fishermen, and it's better for safety and everything else to keep it at the Velvet Mill, and that
Correct.
the farmers voted to keep it there.
Correct.
Is that good? Now, Leslie, should we have you write a letter, or should I call Danielle in the morning and talk to her? What do you
no,
think?
we don't usually, they forward the letter to us and it's in the minutes that they approved it. And that's usually all that we do. There's no need
Okay,
to notify them. They notified us.
Okay, so all right. Okay, so can I get a motion that the Waterfront Commission would like to help the fishermen and the farmers by keeping the farmers market up at the Velvet Mill, and we can talk about those reasons, you know, due to congestion at the town dock and safety issues, and the farmers wanting it at the Velvet Mill.
Real
Somebody
quick
make
before
that
we vote.
motion? Pardon me?
Real quick before the vote, do we need to vote on this, or is this our decision, or?
I think if we take a position on it as the Waterfront Commission, because we kind of oversee all this waterfront property.
Yep.
And we've had problems. So I think if I call Danielle and tell her we had a meeting and either would like to meet with the selectmen, or we would like to just hold that decision off until they can contact the farmers market people. Does everybody think that's a good idea?
Indeed. I'll motion it for you.
I'll
Okay.
second.
Okay. Leslie, did you get all that wording in that motion?
Yep, got it.
It was Raven.
All right, got it.
No, I got it all. I just mute
Okay, we got it
myself,
all.
so sorry.
All right. No more. Everybody's had the discussion. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? So moved. That's great. Thank you. I think personally we're doing the right thing. Okay, Moira, you're free to either go, or you may stay on and listen to everything else if you like.
Have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much for your understanding and consideration.
Okay.
All right.
And thank you for coming to us. It's good that we get to be aware of this. All right, moving along, the treasurer's report.
Oh, sorry. My computer shut off. I'm jibber jabbing. I don't know if I got the treasure report in this email.
It's somewhere, isn't it, Leslie?
Yeah, it's there. And Ethan, you're the only one who
I
hadn't
got it.
heard. This is our last meeting online. We will be meeting in person from now on.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
And then my attachments, I didn't have any attach. Oh wait, I see it. Treasure. Sorry, I got it. As of April 6th, the state the balance of the Waterfront Commission is $425. Budget amount is $1,850. Supplies and postage is $75. Meetings $1,350. Balance $425.
Okay. Any questions on the treasurer's report? Okay. Can we get a motion to accept?
Make a motion to accept the bookkeeper's report. Bob Guzzo.
Can we get a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, that's Raven. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so moved. Moving right along. Let me see if I can get this out of the. All right, here's the agenda. All right, next thing. Old business. Bobby, how's the dock area maintenance going? Oh, previous minutes. I'm sorry, I skipped something. Previous minutes. Any questions on any of the previous minutes?
No.
Hearing none, can I get a motion to accept them?
I make the motion to accept.
Get a second?
Second, Ethan.
All in favor?
Second.
Aye.
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 Okay. So moved. Under old business. Bobby, dock area maintenance and repairs.
Yes, well, we have, we're looking, trying to get money to fix up some of the dock in front of the takeout, not in front of the takeout, but between the ice house and the takeout. And Danielle's been working with us, and we found some old film that we had. We had to get an estimate of what was wrong with the spiles. We had to have a diving company come, but remember we had this film that they made they took all the film of the dock when they tried to fix it the last time. Underwater.
Yeah, didn't they take film when the Madeira's boat got on fire too?
Yeah, maybe that, but it was not that side. It was more, they went over
it's the other side, okay.
So we found that, we're able to use that, and we're in with McGugan or, Glenmore, working on a price for that and trying to get a low interest loan. They've been working with us to do that. And why that, everything else is pretty good. The ice machine's going along. And the building is coming up to do the roof on the ice house for the winter time. The man was not able to get to it. Not the ice house, but the other cooler, Seawell's cooler. And that'll be taken care of when the weather gets a little better. And besides that, everything good. We just got one little problem. We have a disgruntled dockmaster, ex-dockmaster, and his daughter is getting Tony Carrera.
Tony, yeah.
And his daughter is running around the dock trying to stir up all sorts of stuff that we're not doing anything right. And she's complaining about the pallets at the end of the dock, which pallets are hard to get rid of. You got to have them to work. But a lot of these guys, the good ones, you got some junk ones. So usually a guy that takes them, but everybody's so filled up, he's not taking them away as fast as we can get rid of them. And she's going to come to the town and complain. We'll let you know that we're, in case Fisher's Island's got to evacuate, we got to make sure that's clear. But it's clear enough. We can always get people off. They are a little bit on the end of the dock, but we're working on it. But she's really, for no reason, she's just stirring up a lot of junk.
Now, Tony doesn't work there no more?
Huh? No.
Tony doesn't work there no more?
No, he quit.
Say what?
He quit. He quit a long time ago. Almost 8-9 months ago.
Oh, okay.
So
Who's the document? Who is it now?
Is this person complaining an employee?
What's that?
The person that's complaining, are they?
Is his daughter. His daughter feels that he got it bad, but he quit the job. He wanted a $3 an hour raise. We couldn't give it to him, so he says he quit. So we hired another guy. And he's been very good. The other dock master has been very good. Tony was there for a while, but he wasn't happy. So he moved on, and another man came in, and now his daughter is just like to stir shit.
So do you need...
It's about nothing, but we'll take care of it, just to let you know, be aware if anything comes about.
Do you need help getting rid of those pallets?
Huh?
You need help getting rid of those pallets?
Yeah, we got a word out trying to get rid of some. We're trying to, go through and keep the good ones, but they busted up a chainsaw trying to cut them up, hitting the nails.
Okay.
We're a little bit behind getting rid of some, but that's, you got to have that to do the business. You need the pallets to move the fish, so.
Right, yeah.
We'll get a
Okay.
little more out of the way. We know we're in a little bit of a way of everybody, but I mean, it's not that bad, and we can take care of it. So if it comes around, she starts screaming and hollering in the town hall, that it's not that big of a
All
problem.
right. If that happens, we'll support you.
Yeah,
I mean,
just so
it's your
that I feel
doc.
aware of it. I mean, it's too bad because he was a good guy. You know what I mean? He did his job. He was fine.
Yeah, I knew Tony. I thought he was still there.
Yeah, but no, he didn't want to do it anymore. I don't know if it's a family. You know what I mean? It's getting tough. He's getting older. He
Sure.
didn't want to do it. So, and then now he thinks he wants to do it. So I don't know.
Well, that's up to you guys to handle.
Yeah, I'll handle it. No problem. I just want to let you know what's going on.
Okay. Thank you for that. That's important. Any other thing about maintenance or anything you need to say?
No, we're working with Danielle. She's working very well with us. She's helping us out. Steer us clear to go get. We got to get a loan for the ice machine or for the dock. There's money available. She's been very, very helpful working with us.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's good. She likes to help.
If it wasn't for her, we'd be nowhere. She really has been great.
That's good. We should give her a compliment when we should tell the guy that writes for the New London Day.
Yeah, exactly. And she works hard. You know, I got to give it to her.
She does.
I don't know how she does it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
But
she is a hard worker. I will say that. Puts a lot of time in.
She's accommodating. She comes up to us, meets in the office. Everybody says, you sure she's going to come? Yeah, she says she'll be here. She'll be here.
Yep.
She's
Okay.
very, very accommodating.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Please note that, Leslie, okay? In our minutes. Yeah. Okay, Donahue Park. How's that doing? I got something afterwards to talk about that when we get when we get down into new business.
I went down there yesterday.
Questions?
How's it seem?
I mean, it's in good shape. It was great. There was a guy fishing. There were some people boating going by, and that
good.
sign that's down there really doesn't exist, though, right? We know that.
Now, what's that?
The sign that's there. There's a sign. When you come in, it's near that xylophone thing that's sitting there.
Yeah. And what does the sign
Well, that's
say?
what I was going to ask about. The beautification committee, when they met in November of 2020, and on their agenda is lighting in the Donahue Park, and don't know if anything happened with that. And then the gravel pathway, and then the historical sign subcommittee. I wasn't sure if, Sandy, you would talk to anybody about that. I haven't seen anything since.
For down at the town dock?
At the Donahue Park.
Donahue Park. The sign that's there is so faded you can't read it.
Okay. Now, Leslie, do you remember this girl from the, I don't know if it was in last month's meeting, the girl from the Wesley Chamber of Commerce wanted to do something down at the park? I think they wanted to put in new signs or something. I can't remember. Did they come
They
to
were
us?
working on a subcommittee. Yeah, and that was actually pre-COVID. It was because she came to the town dock meeting room. Yeah, it just said subcommittee meetings will begin in 2021 regarding historical signs at Donahue Park. And I just made a note to ask about that.
Yeah, that's true. Because I know that this. Oh man, I'll have to get back to. My brain is fried. I'll have to get back to Danielle because I met with this lady and I did take notes, but of course I don't know where the hell I put them. But yeah, she was a very nice lady, and they wanted to do something pro for the park, and I can't remember what it was. But
well, maybe
maybe you know what? Maybe she was the Stillman Avenue lady. Or maybe that's what's coming next. Because I know we're supposed to have his something. They were supposed to do something with how the place looked. as far as the signage went, because we put up all of that stuff when they fixed the park over again. But if they need a new sign, they should. But
That's the beautification
I'll go over-
committee, not Danielle.
oh, that was the beautification committee. Okay. Yes, I remember that.
Danielle might not even be aware
That
of it,
was-
so, I mean,
that
I'm sure
was,
she
I
is,
think-
but,
Yeah, I think that was Julie Holland. Now that you said that.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'll call her sometime and see what's happening, and if it's you know if they're going to get out and do things, or if they're still worried about the COVID. So we'll bring that back next month again, and I'll call her. Now, historic dock signage. Okay.
Jean, I think Jean had a question.
Yeah, can I ask a silly question, please?
Go right ahead.
Why is there a xylophone down at Donahue Park?
Because people are supposed to go in there and play the xylophone.
Who wants to hear xylophone music when you're hanging out by the water?
Yeah, well, you know, the stone is in the gazebo there. They might like it. I don't. What happened was on that, Gene, there was a group, and it was a nonprofit organization, and it was working on the Freedom Trail like they did how they painted all the buildings.
Yeah.
Well, the next person that came around, and there's a name, we have it in our minutes somewhere back. It was probably at least a year, maybe more than a year ago, probably 2 years ago. Yeah, these people came and they wanted to put instruments around open spaces in the town. And they thought that there was something in the park over in Wesley. There was other ones around. And so we okayed them putting one in the Donahue Park. And they thought, hey, people could come down and bang on this thing or whatever, kids. And they were thinking when we were having the problems with the dog park, when those people were suing and everything, we were talking about putting one down in a dog park, something there that looking out over the harbor, that they, because it sounds really good. The different ones, they played like what they sounded like.
Music for the canines, huh?
Yeah, there you go. That's another issue too. That the dog park, people are still very upset because now nobody can go there. But anyway, that's something for the future. But that's what the xylophone is, and there's a name of the group, and in Harmony, it's called the Harmony Trail. And they put up these instruments in different spots all over town and like in Westerly too. And it's just something that's in open spaces that, the sound isn't bad on it actually. Though I haven't seen anybody playing it.
You'll just have to learn how to play it for us, Sandy. That's all.
Yeah, I know it. I can play the piano, so I probably could play the xylophone. Same way to play the piano.
It's all in tune and everything. It's in tune, so when you bang it, it's all in tune. But I mean, that doesn't matter. But still,
have you done it, Ethan?
I have not. No, and I don't know. I'm torn on how I feel about it.
Yeah, I don't. I just know that this group came and they were doing it throughout the town, and we gave them permission to put one down at the park. I think somebody said, let's put a whole band down there of them. But that's how that is, Gene.
Okay.
Pardon me?
All this, did it still have the sticks for it and everything, or is that those?
Oh no, it's complete. It looks really good. It looks brand new.
Complete. Yep. All right. Yep.
Yeah. So it's probably, it's nice for the public, I think, if at least makes somebody think that we're doing something. They're doing something down there. Okay, the historic dock signage. I got a hold of, it's been 2 weeks since he got back to me now. I got a hold of Greg Howard, who looked into our guy at the state level, the guy that works for the sign or whatever it is, the DOT is in charge of signs, and we proposed, because see how it says historic dock signage? Well, the guy told Greg that it's not, there's nothing that says there's no proof anywhere or something that it's a historic dock. And I told him, you got to be nuts. Of course it's a historic park. But anyway, the guy, because we have all other kind of signs, I looked at other signs and it says, you know, historic village on the bottom of the viaduct. But so what Greg said is what the guy told him is they had to come up with something to describe the dock to make it historic. Because he says there's nothing in the record.
Something?
I have no idea, but Greg.
Why does it have to be
crazy.
historic? Ness is on there. Ness is not historic. We just
Right.
happen to use that word for example.
And you know what? I think it's correct. I think we happen to use that word as a historic dock down there, and we wanted some signs, you know, to say, come see our dock, and, you know, and I think we might have just used the word historic. That's the problem, because he didn't say we couldn't have, you know, a sign, but unfortunately, but I don't, me personally, I don't understand how it's not historic. But anyway, so what Greg did is he told the guy, and Greg was going to look into it and see what he could dig up to consider it historic. And he told me he called me, it'll be 2 weeks this Friday that he talked to me and said he was gonna, and he said, as soon as this guy was supposed to send him something, but I'll get back to him and say, you know, he basically said, give me 2 weeks. So by Friday, I'm supposed to call Greg again and he will talk. But does somebody have what we could put as a sign? What do you think, Bob?
Well, I think the first thing is, though, to not say it's historical. We're not looking for a historical sign, just looking for a street, those regular street signs. So maybe we're looking in the wrong place. I mean, unless we want a historical one, because it is, but like, if we want it up and easy, I think, look, maybe he's looking in the wrong place. We told him the wrong information.
Yeah, well, that's what this guy is saying. And Greg didn't know if he was just being a stinker or actually he did look up this stuff, that there wasn't nothing that said it was historical. Bobby, do you guys care down at the dock what goes on the sign? Or what would you like to see at the signs?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of that. I don't know about historical or
yeah, if you just want like Stonington Fisherman's Dock.
Do we have
Go
the
ahead.
last commercial fishing fleet in Connecticut?
I think
Yes,
so.
we do, I believe.
There's a few of them. There's one in New London. It's got a few more. They have a few boats. As you further go down the coast in New Haven, you have clam boats and a lot of stuff like that.
Okay.
So we're a basic. I think we are the last
I think we are
fully
too.
functioning town dock.
Well, isn't that by definition historic?
I would think so.
There you go.
I would definitely think so. And but you know what? I can even call him tomorrow to see what's happening. But what I'll do is I'll call Greg and have him get a hold of this guy and say, hey, come up with some other words for us then.
What about that Christmas tree thing they want to put up there?
Oh, that's going to be under new business. I'll tell you about that.
Right. That,
And
Yeah, I saw an
I'm
ad for
glad
that.
you mentioned that.
so that brings to being a commercial fishing fleet down there. You're bringing having a lobster pot tree for $150 a lobster.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not a food festival.
No.
Well,
It's gonna be like for showing fishing, commercial fishing. I think that's what it's supposed to show with this lobster pot tree.
The girl that called me about that might have been. You know what? That's what the girl from Westerly called about. They're doing them in different places, and she had spoken to Danielle, and they thought it was a good thing. And that might help, like the downtown businesses they're around. It's just going to be. It's only a one-shot deal, and it's like from 5 o'clock till just to light the tree and everything, and they're hoping it brings people, and then they can go walk around the borough. She gave the date. The date is supposed to be something like December 23rd or something.
Oh, that's kind of crazy. You should have it running from the beginning.
Or maybe a little before it. I honestly can't remember the date, but what they look like, they showed a picture of it. It's pretty neat, and it's an artificial tree, and it sets up, and it's a big tree, and they would do it in the field, and if we wanted, we could put them over. We can make them put it over in the smaller field, or we could put them in the bigger field.
Right.
But it's only something to like celebrate Christmas, and what it is that they hang the decorations are lobster pots, and then they have these Christmas balls that they put on it, and the public can come and paint like a family ornament, to put on the tree, and then they light it up. And but
I think they're going to have.
It did sound like a nice idea, and I think they charge like $5 for a ball, and then they give money, and they give money to different organizations that need help, and I can't remember if they give money. They might be giving the fishermen some money. I can't remember what it was, but she was dealing with the town, and I said thank God you said that, because I would have forgotten to bring it up. Does anybody? Go ahead.
The way I understand it, they're buying all the lobster pots. They're buying brand new green lobster pots, and they stack them like a Christmas tree. They start wide at the bottom, and they go up just like a Christmas tree. You'll see some of them do it in Maine during Christmas. And then they're selling the lobster pots, what I see in the paper, $150 a piece, and that includes you get a buoy, a plain buoy.
Right.
And you paint the lobster pot buoy, whatever you want to paint on it, and you get to hang it on the lobster pot tree.
And they hang that on the tree.
Yeah,
and then they light the tree up.
It's not a tree. It's actually just a bunch of lobster pots with lights on it. But stacked like a tree, because they just, the way they stack them. And they go around.
Okay, they did send me somewhere on my computer. I got a picture of one.
Right, you'll see it. We got the same thing at the dock, and they asked what do we think. We said, well, do whatever you that'd be great. I think it would draw people to town. I think it would be better doing it at the beginning of December so all the merchants get a nice kick from it.
Yeah, so that's that was the purpose. And I forget what the organization. And I think it's the Chamber of Commerce's or whatever the borough has down there in the town. They're all behind this. So does everybody think that's a good idea, and we would say okay?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Can we get a motion to support the lobster pot Christmas tree, just so we're on record as supporting it?
Yep, I'll make a motion to accept the lobster pot tree, and what we can do to help them, be great.
Okay. Second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any discussion at all we need?
It's better than a
Hearing
xylophone.
none?
Well,
All in favor? Oh, go ahead.
just one thing that I would need to support a motion in the minutes is like who the organization is. So if you can, forward that letter to me or something, so I can add
Okay.
that to the motion instead of just saying you guys support it.
When I called Danielle knows about this. The lady went to her first, and Danielle told her to run it by the Waterfront Commission. So thank God somebody said that, because somewhere I got across notes, but who the hell knows where they are? And so, yeah, we'll go over. I'm sure it's going to be that's what, for Danielle. But the organization, I think the organization's, it's the Chamber of Commerce, and it's a lady that does all the work for the Chamber of Commerce and goes around doing all these functions between Westerly and Stonington. I think she's like, she writes grants for them, and she does all these projects that they do. She probably was in charge of doing where they painted all the buildings in Westerly, and also probably for the Harmony Trail too.
Hey, Sandy,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the ad on Facebook for the tree,
Yeah.
and the deadline to support the tree is July 1st, and it's going to run from November 27th, I guess, through the end of the year or something. I don't know.
Oh.
But they're going to light it up November 27th.
Okay. Is that okay, Bobby, with you guys down there? I mean, once it's lit up, I don't think anybody's going to go, other than driving by it.
Anybody, it's Christmas.
Thank you very much.
It shouldn't bother anybody.
Leslie.
With it.
Yeah. Leslie, are you okay with everything? It was you, right? Are you okay if when I come to the town hall, I'll go see Danielle what the organization is? Does it say, Gene, did it say online what they are, who the organization is?
I'm looking. It came under all it says is the, oh God, the print's kind of small here. Hold on.
I just seen it in one of the local papers, just going through that. One of the
Ocean Community Chamber.
The Community Chamber?
Ocean Community Chamber.
So that's Lisa Kanicki.
Kanicki. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa Kanicki. That's the girl. Good.
Right.
Thank
it's a
you.
401 phone number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let me, no, I have her phone number and everything. I just couldn't remember her name. And she's a good person. She does a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, she's
She did
great.
the pop-up books too.
My dear friends.
Right, she did the pop-up books. Right, for Stonington and other places too.
Yeah.
Is that okay, Leslie, with you?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, we have a motion. Can all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. So I will get a hold of Greg Howard tomorrow and tell him, hey, look, whatever signs they can get that we feel it's a historic town dock, but we just want signs, letting people know that we have a town dock and fishing dock. And if it's the last known the last commercial fishing dock in Connecticut, Greg can look that up too, and maybe we'll put that on the sign or something. So we'll do that. Now, Stillman Avenue letter. Leslie, what is that?
Okay, so I emailed it to everybody yesterday. It's from Danielle about the Town of Stonington Brownfields grant application for the assessment grant for the property located at 75 Stillman Avenue.
Yep.
And this is the letter that you signed. It's the letter that you signed and you brought before the commission last month, but they wanted, Gene had mentioned seeing the letter and all that. So that's, I sent it to you all. So I'm looking very, very forward to meeting with everybody in person.
Yep. And they, what they're going to do, well, they're going to try to either get a grant or we're going to get a bond to bring the state in to look at the thing, because the owners, they haven't paid any taxes. They owe almost $1 million in taxes. Plus they have to reimburse us. We have liens on the property because the town was who cleaned it up. So there's almost a couple of $1 million, I guess, there. And so what they're going to do, they want the state to come in because not the state, It is the state, because the feds can't come in only if the person that owns the property asks for it, and they refuse to ask for it. So I don't think they even contact the town anymore. But so they're going to bring the state in and do that, and then they want to do this bond to bring the state in plus clean it up. And there's been 2 recommendations that Danielle is looking into. One of the things is having a little, what do they call it, vanity hotel there that can bring in some money for the town, because the brewery right across the bridge there, they need, they would like to have somewhere to tell people to go. But the other thing that I was talking with somebody from that neighborhood who works at the town hall, and they said that they gave way back when they were going to take that over. This is a few years ago. They said, why not make a parking lot out of it and lease the parking lot to the brewery, because the brewery's having all problems. There's nowhere to park to go there other than on the street, basically. There's a small, tiny place where a few cars can pull in. But, they might be able to make something do that the town pulls in some money on this. And the last thing, and, depending on how big they want to make the parking lot or the little hotel, the other thing was to make it a park, so those are the things that are being considered with that. But I know they're in the process of getting the state in here, and they're either going to get a grant or they're going to have to make a bond issue to pay for doing all this. But what we'll get is the town will have because they'll sue the people and take the property. I don't know if you call that eminent domain, because they don't pay their taxes or whatever it is. So, and she wants us to be Danielle wants us each at least to see this, and if we have any recommendations, because it is on the water. In fact, half the factory was over the water, actually, when it was there. That's what collapsed into the river.
Hey, Leslie?
So anybody have anything they'd like to say about that?
Yeah, Leslie?
Yeah.
Could you send me that letter again? I didn't see it. I looked through my mail.
In your emails, I sent it yesterday. It wasn't an attachment? Okay.
Did it come from you? Did it come from you?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see it there.
Sure, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you tonight.
Thank you.
You bet.
Is that
I'd ended up in junk mail or something.
Sorry, Ethan?
letter? Is that labeled a selectman letter?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't open that on mine for some reason.
Oh. Well, I scanned it from work, so that might be why. And like to my home email, and then I attached it, which is always a challenge with attachments. But okay.
Will it be online on the Waterfront Commission online?
I wouldn't think so, no, but I will resend it. I'm not sure why I showed it there, but I'm not sure. Okay, I'll make sure you get it.
I was able to open it on mine. That's the thing you sent today with the agendas and everything, right?
Right, and the minutes and all that. Yeah,
I got it. I got
everything else open, but the selectman letter and the SBIA farmers market.
Oh,
I'm looking at it from my iPad.
Okay.
Yeah, that was right next to it, Ethan.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. New business. Stonington Small Boat Association. Do you want to bring him in next month when we can see him, face to face, Leslie? What do you think?
Sure, if they'd like to do that. I talked to Tucker about 2-3 weeks ago, and Ian Cook, he told me that on May 12th they're having their annual meeting and a work party.
Right.
And Ian Cook is helping out because obviously, Ed Deere has stepped off, and he forwarded me the insurance and the rules and regulations, which again was part of the attachments I sent to you guys, but there was a lot of stuff attached there, so I apologize if you didn't get it all. But he said they were still working on the financials. And then just an hour ago, he sent me the membership roster. But obviously, they've been dealing with the same things we have. But when they have their annual meeting on May 12th, they'll be able to provide more information. So I will reach out to Tucker and ask if he can attend the June meeting.
That would be good. That'd be great, because that way we can, and he can bring us in all copies of every copy to us of all the membership and everything else.
Right.
That'll be great.
Also, too, their lease expired this year, so we'll need to take care of that as well. And you guys, usually you and Tucker meet at town hall and just have somebody notarize your signatures there. So we'll
How
do
many
that.
years are on their lease?
It's a 3-year lease and it's $1 a year.
Yep. Nice.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, where are we down to now? Okay, now the village farmers market thing. We'll just I'll go see. I'll tell Danielle that we made a motion that we would like in the various things. And will you write a letter to her also, Leslie? Just a little thing blurb saying that we voted that we'd like to see it there because for the farmers and everybody, and we're worried about the situation too.
Sure.
Okay, that's good then. And I'll go talk to her because I don't know what's happening, but we won't. We'll just see what we can do. Because I agree, it should be up at the Velvet Mill. That helps the Velvet Mill and the businesses downtown. I don't think they make anything because people come to town. I think the people that come here and go to the farmers market, they go buy their stuff and then they go home. The villagers just like to walk to it, but hey, get some exercise, walk to the Velvet Mill, because those businesses in there because in the summertime, everything kind of shut down up at the Velvet Mill because it gets hot. So this way, they have it up there. People go inside too and use the facilities and also see all the different things, people that have the little shops. Okay, any other business?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, shall I go?
Go right ahead.
Stonington was looking into buying, was it 6 acres from Westerly over at the end of Noyes Street there, on Noyes Street?
Now, is that
the
circus lots?
Right. Noyes Street is near where it's near the firehouse in Pawcatuck.
Right. It's the next street. It's a little dead end that goes down to what's called the circus lots.
It's a nice
and
piece
the
of property,
information.
I'll tell you.
Pardon me?
I walked
They're
down
on the river?
I walked down there yesterday.
Oh
And
yeah.
I walked around.
That's where
It's really a nice spot.
Oh yeah. We used to when I was going to school over in Pawcatuck, we used to go down there and play baseball, and all the bums would hop off the trains, the freight trains then, and they used to build these little shacks down by the river. But it's a nice, and what originally was intended, which is going to be coming up again and we'll be a part of, is they're looking into getting this river walk started again. And what they want to do, what they're really hip on, is extending it from Donahue Park up to the bridge. And we're dealing with Jim Lathrop, who's all hepped up because it'll help his businesses and everything. But they'll have to, deed or whatever they do to the town to have this walkway. And then there was the second, that was going to be the first thing. And then the second one, part of it is going to go from the other side of the bridge and go north, and it's going to go all the way up to where you were at the circus lots. And that way they can put some, they can fix it all up and make it a small business place where they'll have offices and everything, and maybe but that's in the future plans. But people will be able to walk up the whole river, and then the third stage was going to be, which is the hardest, is going to be to go south from Donahue Park all the way down to where the brewery is. And they figure that those buildings in where the brewery is, the old Cottrells and Yardney's, could become, flea markets and restaurants and different things. But there they have to have, they're dealing with homeowners. When we go north, we're not really dealing, we're only dealing with the Campbell's Grain owns to the river, and that was about it that we'd be really dealing with, other than the restaurant and that's across on the other side of the road at the bridge. But basically, going north is easy because there's not a lot of property owners, but going south down the river would. But the Economic Development Commission, Danielle told me, is going to look into it. But eventually we will be involved, as if they do a river walk, it'll come under our auspices because it'll be property on the river that the town controls. And so that's part of the future project for that. And that's because the town of Stonington has the rights to buy the circus lots from Westerly. And I guess it goes way back because Westerly had wells there. That's where they drilled a few of their wells. And
you got that pump
but
house
the agreement
there too.
the agreement was they could use the property to drill the wells on, but that we could buy in the future. The town, I think, could buy it for like $230,000. So it's a good deal for the town, and so but I think that's coming in the future. But I do know Jim Lathrop is bringing up again, and he's gone, and so they're going to be sitting down because we had a committee, but it wasn't an official committee. But I think they're going to make it a subcommittee of the Economic Development Commission to look into that matter.
If they do make a committee like that, maybe someone from the Waterfront Commission needs to be on there.
Yeah, I will tell. I agree.
They're just making it as like a town issue between the two towns. I would have thought that would have been like a state issue because it's cross state lines there between, Rhode Island and Connecticut. But I think it's cool that they're leaving it up to the town of Westerly and the town of Stonington. That's interesting.
Yeah. See, Westerly, it's not gonna be anywhere. It's not in Westerly. The only thing they were having to look at there was is to just talk to Westerly about when it gets up by the bridge and up there. But it's not part of Westerly. It's strictly on the Stonington side. Westerly was going to do their own river walk. No, Westerly owns the circus lots.
Oh, okay, just the circus part. Okay.
If you go, if you keep going up Liberty Street after the firehouse, it's the next little road. It's the street before Stillman Avenue.
It's across from the Dairy Queen.
Right.
Okay.
It's almost. It's just up a little from the Dairy Queen. It's a
You should
right-hand
check it out.
turn.
It's really an interesting spot.
Yeah. It was always a big field, big open field.
We be involved with that, and if there's any committees formed about buying it from, I think someone from the Waterfront Commission should definitely be on there.
We will make that noted. Do you want to put a motion that the Waterfront Commission feels that if they have a committee for the circus lots, I guess there's a real name for it, but it's always been called the circus lots, that if they have plan to develop the circus lots, that we be a part of it? Would you like to make so that we're on record noting that we'd like to have somebody on that committee from the Waterfront Commission? Somebody want to make that motion? No?
Well, so I was like, no, maybe we need to know more information and then move on from there.
I think we just need to note
Send a
it.
letter. Yeah, just send a
Okay.
letter to the selectmen that you discussed it and express interest in being involved and just leave it at that, you know, and I'm sure that they'll make note of it. And when it moves forward, then they'll contact you. Does
Okay.
that sound good?
I will, when I talk to Danielle, I will tell her that because she's very good at that. She's been much better working with us and calling us to let us know what's happening rather compared to the last selectman. He was not very favorable to us.
They're talking about making
she's
that
been
part of the
very
kayak
cooperative.
trail, too.
Say
Sorry.
what?
I never know when you're stopping talking, Sandy. Sorry.
I usually never stop, Gene.
I know. That's why I interrupt.
That's why it's
Okay. What do you want to say?
All I want to say is they were thinking of making that part of the kayak trail there at the end of Noyes Street, the circus lots.
Oh, really? That
Yeah,
would be good.
That's going to be a launching ramp for kayaks and
Really?
yeah.
That'd be a real good one because you can
get
go down the
There's
river.
a ramp there? Okay.
I'll tell you, I went down. It's you really should go down there and take a look. It's interesting. There were you
Yeah.
talk about hobos jumping off the trains or whatever. I did see a fire pit back there in the woods. I saw another spot
Yeah.
where there was a larger opening and there was
Really?
a bunch of branches for a fire. I saw a couple of lawn chairs on a little tree house.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean it's always
Well,
been used.
But it can be used in the right way. Yeah.
Right. Right. At one time,
The access to the water. Yeah.
when the people that live farther up by West Vine Street School, out behind there, the homeless people were living out there, and rather than having to walk down the street, they would walk down the river. So maybe they were living in circus lots too,
I don't know.
because they cleared them out of downtown. But,
Well, there's a path leading over to the houses too that's on the side, so I'm assuming those people are using that area.
sure, they always did. That's where we played baseball.
Yeah.
I think maybe the best thing to do is either figure out if we want to send a letter or keep this on the agenda so that we talk about it each month. Either or.
Okay. Can we do that, Leslie? Keep this on the agenda each month? The circus lots?
Sure, call it the circus lots, okay.
Sure, we'll
There's
call
probably
it
a
the
different
circus
name
lot.
for it.
They were Noyes Street.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think actually it is the circus lots because they used to have a circuses down there
Right, it
in
is.
Pocketuck.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So okay, we'll keep it on as the circus lots.
And I'll send a
Okay.
letter.
Just so we can-
Okay.
I have just a couple
anything
more
else?
things. I'm sorry, real quick.
Go ahead.
One, Leslie, I open up on my Mac and I can get all those downloads you sent.
Okay, very good.
What is that?
Yep, I can get I got everything, the letter from the selectmen and the SVA, the Soil Village Improvement. I got that. Our meetings are not moving inside. Are we still at the town docks, same office?
As long as everybody supports that, all the directors and department heads at town hall had a meeting this morning with the selectmen. And, it was determined that effective June 1, all meetings can be held in place. Now,
Okay.
there is a bill, this is neither here nor there, but there is a bill before the governor that he may say they need to be hybrid, which is fine. We can meet at the town dock, but it will still be on WebEx for people who want to call in or join in, and that's fine if they're more comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
But that has not passed. So
Well,
at this stage,
I just wanted to interject real quick, Leslie, and just let you guys, everybody know, and Sandy and Eugene, Bobby, Ethan, everybody. I will be out of town. My grandmother's not doing too well, so I'm going to be. So I will have to, come in on WebEx for the next couple of meetings.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, good luck.
Is your grandmother okay?
She's not doing too good. She has diabetes and she has several issues, with her back and with her eyesight. She's had surgery on her eyes, and she's 86, and I'm her only granddaughter, so we're very close. So I'm just gonna go down to South Carolina and be checking in on her and everything. So probably for the next couple of meetings, I'll have to be, virtual with you guys.
Sure.
Okay.
That'll
I'll
be
make
fine.
sure I keep that up then.
Yeah, so I think,
I'll do.
yeah,
Keep her
that's
in
why
your
it
prayers.
could be
Her
taken into
name is
consideration.
Margaret Larrymore. So please keep her in your prayers.
Okay. Good luck.
Okay. We
Thank
will.
you.
Yeah, very good luck.
I think that's why keeping hybrid, I think, is a good idea.
I agree.
One of the reasons why. Yeah.
One of the
But
other
everybody
things,
can get
Ethan,
their-
is that we have held meetings outside too. If you want, that was another
Okay.
option. We used to hold them once a year outside.
Well, are we all vaccinated?
I am.
I get my second one on the 14th.
I'm vaccinated.
I will obviously be out of town for the next couple ones, but I'm fully vaccinated too. So.
How about you, Bobby?
Oh, I missed it. Try that again. I didn't hear you.
Are you vaccinated?
Yes, I am.
Good.
So we shouldn't have a problem.
Leslie, I think everybody's vaccinated.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
I mean,
That's
I
one
think
good thing.
we still have to leave the option for hybrid.
Oh, of course.
Oh, definitely. Of course. That you're good with that, Leslie, right?
I'm totally fine with that. Actually, now that we're talking about it, I'm looking at the calendar, and our first meeting would be June 1st. And I'm just coming back from Michigan after bringing my mother safely, my 86-year-old mother, from Florida to Michigan. So are we okay meeting June 8th, the second Tuesday
Okay,
of the
that's
month?
good by us.
I'm
Is
good.
that good for everybody?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And
June
what will
2nd,
make
Fine, Leslie.
30.
it'll be June 8th. But what will make me happy is then I can go back to my regular way of mailing everyone all your information.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
That'll
much
be
better
nice.
with mail. I like paper.
Okay. I
So-
like that too.
I like having the
For our next one, it'll be June 8th.
June 8th.
Okay, June
Yep.
8th at 6:30.
Yes.
Yep.
I always send the information at least a week before the meeting.
Okay.
Where do you want me to send that, Raven? Or I have your email. I mean, was it working
my
for you
email's fine.
emailing everything to you?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay. All right, good.
Okay. Anything
And then,
else? Ethan, did you have anything else?
Last thing, sorry, real quick, everybody. Gene, I'm asking you, have you anything on the right-of-ways?
Yeah, Sandy went and talked to
Just
some.
like- I like to
Sandy, why
bring
don't
it
you
up.
fill them in?
Yeah, I have Leslie. Who's up in the planning office that always liked my dog?
Everybody likes your dog. Everybody likes
Who
your
was up
dog.
there?
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
know.
don't, it could be Gail or Candy Palmer or
Gail.
Sue Cullen.
Oh no, it isn't Gail Palmer. So I know.
Or not Gail
I'll know
Palmer,
that-
Gail.
Well, irregardless.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Leslie, do you remember? She's like a hippie.
Well, what did she? I mean, go ahead.
Sandy.
But anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, I went to her, and she's looking up because we used to have the paper rolls of all the right-of-ways. So I went to her last Friday, and she's gonna see what she can dig up for me, because she's also
Okay.
digging up some stuff for the for over in Donahue Park to start this Riverwalk thing again. So she is looking for the right-of-ways. She has them on the computer, but they're a lot hot, you know, when they were on the rolls, and she showed me some old rolls, but it wasn't them. So I'll check with her on Friday again, but she doesn't, they do have all the right of ways, so we can get into that next too.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
Well, can we have something for the next meeting? Tangible?
I can go find out.
Yeah, if you're saying it's only in paper, I mean, at some point, if we take this initiative, it would be nice to get it on electric and get them scanned and
Oh,
let
it
them
is.
take pictures of them.
It's on their computer. She showed me the right of ways.
Okay.
They come on the town
From
map.
historical, like, time, like from, you know, go back 50 years, go back 75 years.
I don't know. I'll ask her. But what she had on her computer is what, when people wanted to, if they want to come in and see, hey, where's the right of way on such and such a street?
Okay. I'm sure we can get that
But
on the GIS map.
Yeah, that is on, but it's the older things that, you know, they have to keep them places, and there's not a lot of places left in the town hall to keep old stuff. Okay, anything else? Can I get a motion to adjourn? First, thank you, everybody, for
Yeah,
putting
good
up
meeting.
with me. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn. Gene?
Second?
I'll
I
second it.
second Ethan.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Hey, one more thing. How's Mike doing? I noticed he's not here.
Yeah, Bobby, how's Mike doing?
He's coming along slow. He's recuperating at home.
All right.
Slow going.
Slow going?
I talked to him today and, yeah, I talked to him today and he said, he almost feels like an in-house, in-person meeting would be better, you know, something for him to look forward to and work forward. But, you know, the on the phone is a little tough.
Yeah.
All right.
Good. Good.
Okay, Leslie, if you talk to him again, tell him we're all wishing him well.
Yes, please.
Can't wait to see him back.
Will do.
Absolutely.
All right, all in favor?
Bye. We already did that. See you later.
He did that? Okay.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you,
Raven,
everybody.
good luck.
Good night.
Good luck, honey.
Yep.
Thank you, Leslie.
Take care.